what exactly do you mean by the mandala effect?
Yeah, so I actually believe in like this whole parallel universe thing.
For me, it's mostly like what I see practically is what it is, and if it's like a theory, it's bullshit.
Bro, it got so
Bro,
deep. It got so scary for me. I don't know. I started feeling so intense, bro. I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
Business news kadak like chai.
With every sip, there's a new untold story.
You're watching Corporate Chai, and I'm Sanvi.
I'm Hania.
And guys, today, okay, wait. So, why we are sitting in this background is because we came on girls' trip.
From college, actually.
Wow, she had to mention that.
Yeah, bro, you could have just said girls' trip, but we would look like some cool ass girls.
Yeah, bro, my relatives should watch it and they're like, oh, girls' trip she's gone to.
Okay, girls' trip, college ke aate.
Yeah, okay. Sanvi kind of flaunts her Urdu.
What can I say? Yeah, so, firstly, guys, first let's diss our juniors. So basically, we gave them mic for one of the events, okay, at one college, and these stupid juniors, our mics. If you see, my mic has a sponge, but Hanya's mic does not have a sponge.
She just gave me the one without it.
She only took it, bro.
No,
what
actually, I had the better one and then she took it off. I'm
She
kidding,
only took-
guys.
yeah.
I think it's switched off. So.
Hey, you don't mess with it, please. I'm getting scared.
Sorry.
I'll clip it so nicely, and given when I'm clipping, she'll look at me.
Who doesn't look at Sanvi like that, guys?
Okay, so this is another tea break episode because we don't have a script ready, but we do have something ready. It's not like we're come like fully unprepared, unscripted, crazy stuff.
We actually have come like that 2 minutes before we.
You know what? You know, till now she said let's do a night routine, and
yeah, guys, I thought y'all would like to enjoy some behind the scenes of our life instead of
she
having,
wants night routine just so that she can get ready and sleep.
Yeah,
First,
bro.
You KD.
I thought nicely I say night routine and I'll show you all watching my face. After that I'll be like, okay, bye, I'm going for a bath and then
I have to finish the video.
Yeah, you
she'll go for bath. I'll finish the video, and then after that I'll be like 3, 2, 1. And then end the video.
End video. And then I come back actually after having a bath. I'll get ready nicely in my nice soft kapde. And I'll come and I'll sit and be like, okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video.
This girl, bro, I beat her. And then I had to convince her to do an actual video with actual content. Okay, so now coming back to the actual video, what we're gonna do. So based on the title, I feel like y'all will already know, or we'll make one clickbait title. Okay, so guys, so I'm going to start the first conspiracy theory, and this is like very crazy. Okay, when I read it also, I was like, bro, what the hell? Okay, so the celebrity soul contractors. On this one, the Illuminati. Everyone knows Illuminati. Bro. Illuminati offer fame and fortune by connecting artists to.
That's the only one I know actually.
Okay. So it's one C word. Okay, you can't even use that on YouTube. Yeah. So they offer fame and fortune by connecting artists to powerful forces, okay, but at the cost of this one, their autonomy. So symbolic rituals in music videos, like, oh bro, this one actually I've seen so much, like checkerboard flows, goat heads, one eye signs. They aren't random, okay. They are all this like ways to broadcast this contracts. Okay, then after that, sudden personality changes. Bro, this one Kanye West was crazy. So basically, Kanye West, you know Kanye West, no, that flash and lights,
Kanye
lights,
South,
lights,
East, West,
lights.
North. I know him because Dia likes him.
Okay, so yeah, Kanye West. Basically, he went on this whole like rampage of Twitter tweets where it was like, oh, I support the Nazis and blah blah blah. So it's like that's what bro. See, sudden personality changes, breakdowns, or public meltdowns. And I even saw like Kanye's clone or something on Reels on Instagram, bro. That was so crazy. Yeah. So then when the contract starts fracturing and the person resists, they'll start like getting the meltdowns and stuff. And then some people believe even the Grammy stage or the Super Bowl halftime show is a literal ritual to restart the contract publicly.
That was a lot to take in actually, guys.
Yeah, and it's all these Western people only. See, till now any Indian something has happened. No.
You should know that actually
Desh ki dharti.
Anyways, so I kind of lost it when she said ghost heads eyes and all, because like that's something that you know if you get all of those things in your dreams, like Islamically there's like some symbolism to it.
Really?
Yeah, like
tell me what you know about it. Bro, I'm genuinely like
see, I don't know what exactly is this. Okay, so I never really looked into this Illuminati thing.
Looked into it. Sorry. Bolo, bolo.
Excuse me.
Mm,
So I never really looked into it because like it was always so haram to look into it. So I
mm,
have no idea what exactly it was.
mm,
But as far as
mm.
I know that like the goat's head um is not a good thing to come in your
Goat's head.
dream. Yeah, like
Only the head of a goat.
I just know that it doesn't have good vibes.
Mm. Is it some? Then why do they cut the goat's head during Bakri? Because it's bad.
No, bro, what
Then
the hell? That's completely different. It's like what I'm trying to say is that this okay. So there's something called I think there's something called bal. Okay, which is a goat figure with a human-like body. If I'm not wrong, okay, I don't have too much information about this. I never looked into it because I was too scared to like learn about it. So over here, I don't know what, but I know that there is some relation to this and like the Illuminati theory. So over there, what they usually say that it's a symbol of evil or something like that. So when you first pointed out that itself, I kind of like lost my shit. I was like,
mm.
I don't want to hear this
It was a little
anymore.
creepy.
Yeah, because like it's not that it's scary to listen to it, just that you don't feel good
Mm.
listening to it.
Yeah.
And like when you talk about like celebrities autonomy going and all, it's like
It makes you think, bro. Actually.
yeah, like what the hell?
Yeah, it's like so much is going on in the world that we are not aware of. And it's all happening like under the guise of something else. So a
Mm.
lot of the time we just don't know what's really going on, and that's kind of scary. Even when it happens around us also, it's like kind of scary. But like when it happens on such a large scale, like such a global scale where so many people are aware of it, it makes it even more scarier.
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm not big on like conspiracy theories. If I have to be very honest, I haven't watched one video of any conspiracy theory unless it's like come on my reels or something like that. I'm For me, it's mostly like what I see practically is what it is, and if it's like a theory, it's bullshit. Like unless it's like properly proven, right? So even in this circumstance, what do you imply when you say that certain people have lost their autonomy and they're forced to do things like this to stay? Do you talk about the backsides of the industry itself, where the more powerful people are misleading them into doing certain things like that, or are you talking about some completely different force?
Yeah. It's like a whole different entity is controlling them. That's what they're trying to say. And it's like so many bro, it's like there are two sides of like the same coin, okay? And it's so scary to think of the same thing. It's like two extremes on one side. On one side it could just be that
Sorry guys, chuta
yeah.
gahi hai, so I don't know the two sides of the coin. And then that's basically it, bro. I don't have more to
But
say
like
about
there's so
this.
many like conspiracy theories with proof. Like, do you know the Mandela effect?
No,
Really? You don't
no, I
know?
don't know.
So basically, it's like this effect. Okay, so it all started where this group of people randomly. Do you know? Okay, so Monopoly. Do you think that man on the Monopoly thing? You know that man? No. On the Monopoly game, there's one small man in the corner.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Does he wear a monocle or does he have glasses? Does he have glasses or a monocle?
He has a monocle.
No, that's the Mandela effect. A lot, like a whole group, like a very huge chunk of the population remembers him having a monocle, and so that's one of the effects. And you can like kind of say that that's sort of proof that the Mandela effect is true, because you were saying that you don't believe unless and until there's like solid proof. No, see, no proof that just happened in front of us.
What exactly do you mean by the Mandala effect?
That's
Only
the effect, bro. Like such a huge chunk of the people.
believe something, but it's actually
Yeah,
not
and
that.
you know what? There's kind of like a bigger thing. It's like sort of connected to the multiverse. It's like these half people are from a different reality, and they remember in their reality he had a monocle. But then now that they shifted, bro, this multiverse theory, I'm so like invested in it. I'm telling you. Yeah, so I actually believe in like this whole parallel universe thing, bro. Sometimes like when we go for fest or something, and I don't place or like I don't get the placement that I want to get. I just believe that in a different reality that Sanvi would have gotten it. And I don't know. I find a little bit of comfort in that.
But that's not the point. The way I would see it is like, if I didn't get it, then it was just that I didn't get it because it wasn't meant to happen. And if it is meant to happen, then it will happen. Anyways, I come to mine.
Yeah, tell.
Okay, so obviously it's not something that I completely believe in or I think exists, but I did read about it, so I'll ask your opinions on it.
Okay.
So apparently, some people in this world, in some corner, in some, or probably in the center of the world, you never know that equator region.
Uh-huh.
Okay, why? Okay, so basically, they believe that whatever we're living right now is just like a simulation. It's not real. I mean, to be honest, like partially it happens to you also, like to me also. This like little bit I might believe in. No, see, it's not a belief; it's just a feeling, right? I might feel that it's not real. So what they think is, whatever you're doing, the number of deja vus you have, and the spiral thinking process of yours, the overthinking, all of this, is because we're actually not living in a real world. It's just fictional.
Bro, but deja vu is like so crazy actually when you think about it, bro. Like when you actually sit and think about the whole concept of you like thinking, oh god, I felt this before, and this is the first time you're feeling it is actually kind of crazy when you think about it, no? Bro, shit, you know what? Oh, so basically, what, bro, all of them got scared. What the hell, huh? So
Yeah,
then
if
after
you
that,
do that,
no, 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 hey,
when
guys,
I'm
guys,
very
guys, this
casually
was
playing on
no,
the
no, no,
lollipop she gave me.
sorry. Okay, yeah, listen. So basically, there was this therapist, okay, and then after that, she was like conducting like a lot of dream type, not psychosis, but very dream like centric experiments towards her patients. So then I don't know her or his, but the therapist ka patients. And then what happened was some all of them, bro, like literally so many of them started drawing a man, saying that this man, I've never seen him in my life, but he's coming in my dreams and he's telling me things, okay. And a lot of the times it's like, bro, I'm getting goosebumps as I talk. See, so then after that, what happened, this yeah, bro, so like that guy came in their dreams, and then it's like, okay, it's fine if it's one or two patients, they might be interrelated, they might have seen him, but it's all over the world and it's all just different versions of the same guy, same like face and everything. And then they were like, okay, fine, let's put him through a database or something to see what if he's real or not. They put him, and there's no guy with that type of face shape or that type of face basically in like the this one. And that's so scary because so many people have seen him. They come and give him, they come and give the that the person who is dreaming, they come and give them advice. They come, that guy comes and gives like advice, comes and gives like um he just gives advice, bro, basically that's what I'm saying.
That was pretty much it, actually, about the deja vu and all of that. What I think. Bro, I don't know, bro. I just grew up watching novels, Sweet Life of Karan and Kabir and all of that. Bro, I lived
Bro,
a
I
very.
love Sweet Life of Karan Kabir and
I.
Best of Luck Nikki. What's
I
some
got.
recent series that you saw that you liked?
Okay, a recent series that I saw that I liked.
I swear if it's Mandala Murders, no.
No, bro, I didn't watch that. What is it? Mandala, you're telling since morning. The only mandala I knew until like 5 minutes ago was like mandala art. Mandana art. No, what? Mandala art.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because I used to sit and doodle in class, and then she's like, oh, you do mandala art. I was like, oh, that's what you call this, sir.
Huh. Okay, tell me your favorite memory from school.
Thank you. Since we're shifting from this
Yeah,
conspiracy
bro, it got so
that's
deep.
it.
It got so scary for me. I don't know. I started feeling so intense, bro, out of nowhere. Yeah.
I just didn't know what to say, guys. So I'm
Okay,
kind
bolo,
of
bolo.
happy. My core childhood memory, guys. Okay, the core childhood memory I have is, okay, I won't tell you core, bro. There are a lot of things to remember, but the earliest childhood memory I have is basically someone taking a picture of me and my other two cousins and I. So I think Madiha was here and Ibrahim was here. Like I was wearing a jumpsuit, and like these other two people are also wearing jumpsuit, and someone is clicking a picture of us. That's like the earliest memory I have of us, and I think at that time I was like 2 years or 3 years or something like that. And before that, I don't think I remember anything, or maybe yeah, I don't.
I asked you something else. You're telling something
No,
else.
yeah, I know you asked core, but I said the earliest childhood memory I had because core are too many core child student and children life. Yes, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, bro. So, okay, for me, it's so the school I went to, they had this like cultural competition which was like huge. So it was so huge that teachers would let you like give classes off for you to practice for that it's like house-wise, okay, but people used to take it like extremely seriously. So many fights used to happen, so many people used to cry and all, okay. So then after that, what happened, I didn't cry. You think I will cry? I'll beat your bum, honey. I'll not cry. No, so listen. So my core memory from my school is like us prepping for those things. We used to stay back till like 4:35 and all, and we used to dance practice and stuff.
Oh yeah, Sanvi is a great dancer.
Okay.
She dances very well.
It's like, bro, a little bit more deep talk. Have you heard the phrase "jack of all trades but ace of none"?
Yeah.
You can see I've
Me
been
after I
posting.
lose one person, one association.
Jack of all trades, ace of none. Oh, guys, let me show you my outfit.
Influencer.
So I'm wearing
Karela.
pickle Rick pants, and I am pickle Rick shirt and bread socks.
I wish I could be in a very comfortable outfit like that. But actually, I'm in this outfit from the past
BRB,
23
bring
hours.
reading back.
Okay, I traveled with this outfit. I don't know what to say. I'm so sleepy. I haven't slept. This idiot sitting right next to me decided to keep me up in that entire train journey, and my head is.
We pulled an all-nighter.
Shut up, we slept for 1.5 hours.
Hey, we
You slept for 2 hours actually.
4:30 to
Nicely,
6:30.
she slept off 6:30. 6:30 you woke up.
8:30. Hey, but it was so fun.
Bro,
When we went on the train, okay. So what happened? We were going on the train, and then later we were like sleeping. And what happened? We weren't feeling sleepy. So, like Gia, Hanya, and I, all three of us were like woken up, and we were sitting over there. We're having full like crazy deep conversations and all. And then after that, one uncle like
nothing
yells,
deep conversation. They just sat there and heard me overshare, and after that, I felt very disturbed because that's the same thing I'd done to Dia like 5 minutes ago before she fell asleep.
I feel like Hanya is such a yapper. In a good
Yeah,
way.
bro.
Okay, tell the chip dip or the flip story.
So what happened was we had to get a phrase for like a very old event in our college. You should have put it in that video only. Actually, now it's been over like 5 months. Okay, so over there, what happened was they were like, "Oh, you should come up with taglines." First, I was like, "Oh, I'm technology. I'll go chat GPT it." Because like at the time, I was like, "Oh no, AI and all. You should be very authentic." But no shit, I didn't have the energy, so I was like, "Okay, chat GPT," and I got some funny things like thrills, drills, grills, something, I got chills and all. Okay, I was like, what the hell? I don't think I can put that. So I had to come up with something else. So I started like randomly making like other taglines.
That rhymed.
Yeah, actually, the authentic one that I wanted deep down from the bottom of my heart was chip dip or the flip. And I was in the emotion. I'd given some 10 taglines on the unofficial group, and I was like, oh, more. I was just coming in the flow and chip dip or the flip.
Another one is how people actually want to know this, bro. How did corporate chat actually come into existence and how? Tell your
We
point of
told
view.
that also no
No, we
before.
didn't. I cut that part out.
Hey, this girl keep this also from this video also. You'll cut it out, then you'll be like, next video we'll put it.
No, okay. Tell. You tell your point of view, and then I'll tell my point of view. Tell.
I was in and around this age. I was like even my parents were telling me, okay, to like go and do some very business related YouTube channel or like just Instagram page or something like that where you like not
Educational
yeah
content.
educational point of view, like so you get the views also, but you also learn things from it, and over time it like benefit you. I was always having that in mind,
But she
but
never told me this.
yeah, I never told her this because I always thought it would be a solo project of my life to do it. And then unfortunately I met her,
Such a
and after that Sanvi approached me about something. Now Sanvi would say something.
no. Tell how. Okay. So what happened is I don't know why. Okay, that summer, it's just like okay. Then after that summer, what happened? I was just like something in me, bro. I always just wanted to. I don't know. I just wanted to start something. Okay, like some content related, just something. I just wanted to put myself out there and just I don't know. I just wanted to like say what I wanted to say, okay. And then after that, I knew I was pretty entertaining enough also to like do it. But then after that, I was like, I'm not that entertaining. Also, so I have to ask someone to do it with me. And then what happened that summer, I was watching a lot of case studies like Think School and Up by Zerodha and stuff. So then what happened? I was like, bro, these people. Okay, no offense to them because we are inspired by them, but they were a little boring. Okay, so then after that, I was like, I want to start something which is like educational and funny at the same time. And then why I picked Tanya was she has like a very good balance
Why she
between.
picked me actually?
Yeah, but it's because she has a very good balance
She picked
between
me.
this one. Like she has a very good balance between like being serious and being funny at the same time. Now, obviously, she's on a very funny scale, but like usually the scale is like if you see the other episodes and stuff. Mm.
No, it's not like that. It's
That's
just
why I picked you. That then I texted you. I was like, bro, Hanya, I'm starting this thing. Like we do case studies and stuff like that. I think so. Something like that. I told her. Yeah.
yeah, and I was also like, yeah, it's something at least related to something that was in my mind previously, so I might
Mm.
as well go for it. Besides, it just looks like a fun thing to do. There's no pressure to do it, right?
Mm.
You're like you have a, what do you call it? Open leash, loose leash,
Mm.
loose leash. Say it 10 times.
Loose. Oh shit. I couldn't even say it thrice, bro. Shit. Huh.
To do it. So it was like,
Mm.
okay, we'll do. It'll be fun.
Mm.
What else we have in life to do except for this time pass? See, I'm actually very happy I did it with her because I feel like nobody else had the guts to do it. She did. She was like, oh, we'll do. Like she had the idea. So
We had the idea.
like I gave inputs to it, but like the base or the foundation was hers. And like besides this girl, bro, this girl is like little extra talented like that. But she's
Hmm.
also very annoying. Like one of her talents is also being annoying. But other than that, also like have you ever heard people in their free time doing certificate courses,
Bro.
internships, web designing?
Is that
Bro, in my free time, I sleep or I scroll or I do anything. I stare into the nothingness of this world.
so do you have anything else to add on today's video? I feel like we'll wrap it up.
गिफ्ट थोड़ी है यार.
Done. Video done.
Okay.
Really, I'm not kidding. Done.
Okay, done. Can I go have a bath now?
Yes.
Haan.
Hanya Ayman.
Move yaar.
Hey,
My
call no.
earring is lost. My
Her
phone is
phone.
lost.